Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Back again with another episode of Dark Justice Radio, where we unravel the grim realities of so-called humanity. So-called being the key term because the word humanity comprises the word human, and the word human is directly linked to the word humane. And unfortunately, most human beings are far from humane. In fact, many are the quintessential opposite of humane. Many so-called humans target, undermine, and bully others. Bullying, by the way, a topic discussed in our last installment here on Dark Justice Radio. If you missed it, don't hesitate to click on the link in the description where you can give it a listen, because I'm certain that for most people listening from the shadows, longing for tides of justice to finally ripple, the message may very much hit home. But to navigate back to my original thought, targeting, bullying, and running others through the mud, all common practice amongst Homo sapiens, with perpetrators of such acts deriving distinguishable pleasure and joy from it all, leaving those on the receiving end feeling overwhelmed, so much so to where one can quite literally feel trapped, unable to escape, much like a slave or a prisoner to life itself, which brings us to the focal point of tonight's discussion, and that focal point being the parallel between life in the free world and life in prison. You see, life in prison is nothing more than a transparent, raw, and uncut version of life in the so-called free world. This is why life on Earth at large is essentially one giant prison. The only difference between prison and the outside world is one is under much closer surveillance while in prison, making it substantially more difficult to get away with the same wicked acts of injustice that happen all the time in the free world. Nonetheless, everything that goes on behind prison walls goes on outside of prison walls. Theft, betrayal, murder, rape, gossip, bullying, slander, politics, harassment. Whichever way you find it on the inside, you can find it on the outside. The so-called free world is a cesspool of lawlessness, criminals at every turn. The only thing prison walls do is separate the criminals that got caught from the criminals that did not get caught. Every day we walk past and interact with criminals and predators who fall on all points of the spectrum between predator and prey. Much like prison, many people in the so-called free world want to be on the yard, mingling with fellow slimeballs largely because they themselves are slimeballs, fiending for drama, lusting to get into the mix and longing to ruin someone's day, but extract these obnoxious and conniving subhuman creatures from general population, throw them into solitary confinement, and they'll start eating their own feces, because their souls will slowly begin to crave the very thing that they are, feces. When these Homo sapien agents of demonic forces can't feed their insatiable appetite for conflict, drama, and degeneracy, they turn to swallowing their own excrements to fill the void. They lose their damn minds as the devil always does when it has no company. Then there are those that see the truth. Individuals who see human nature exactly for what it is and find paradise in solitude. Those who realize that solitary confinement is not punishment, but rather the gateway to true freedom.